Thank you. Woo! Thank you. We've got some very important guests, and the person I want to bring out right now, we're going to have somebody come out and moderate the Q&A, so excited if there's questions, but I just want everyone to help me welcome the man, my dad, Todd O'Donnell.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Everybody. Thank you.
Let's talk about this film, 10 years. You started shooting because you knew it was going to be a movie, or you started shooting because you wanted to remember?
I think so. My dad taught me how to use a camera. Me and my older brother, wrestled, and oftentimes my dad would kind of, pawn the camera off to me to film. And so, the camera became this family thing, and it seems weird to start filming from your iPhone when your dad's in a coma, but partly that kind of family tradition, and partly just getting through the moment. As filmmakers, as creatives, sometimes it's a crutch or a therapeutic means, but it was just a sort of way to get through. And then when he woke up, it became a thing to remind Todd, hey, look what happened last week, because he's coming out of a coma, he's confused, he can barely move. So those little moments of, hey, 2 weeks ago you weren't moving, 3 weeks ago you were in a coma, I think started to help. So what started as just maybe therapeutic or whatever turned into kind of motivation, for my dad and family.
But when did you know you had a movie? When did you know, first of all, when did you know you'd have a beginning and a middle, but more importantly, when did you know that it was the time now for the film to be released, as it were, to escape the procedure of actually making it?
So yeah, we cut a short film called No Quit right after he got out of the hospital and put it online, and we were really lucky. It was adapted by ESPN, and my dad became a brain injury advocate. We hear from somebody from that community, and my dad, is a speaker. I think I'd flip that back to this team here because, it became kind of an obsession, a compulsion for me. And along the ways I would be editing, and literally we've been editing for 10 years. Right when we started shooting, we were editing. So when did it become a movie? I think a couple years later, once we had a lot of time and started bringing in so many other people to work on this film, literally because it was hard for me. Like you could imagine, it was a challenging film to make. And I think that's when the beauty started happening. I think the nuance of the film was really born years after a lot of that footage.
And I promise you I'm going to dive into all you guys. But just your experience of watching the film today, watching a film with this community of people, how did it make you feel, and what is your response to it?
Well, it made me feel like I was alive and that I had a past, and they saw the good, the bad, and the ugly. But as far as I'm concerned, I give all the credit to my family, especially my wife Gail, and all of my kids, Timmy, TJ, Angela, little Erin, all of them, and my grandkids, Mia and Ty, who are here. And I don't know how Timmy had the guts, when you know somebody is dead or close to death, to do that and to capture the last days of Dad's life. And then to move it on like he did. It just shows the love of everybody, especially my wife and family and Tim, to bring the story to the screen, because I feel that since I've come back, that my place right now is to try to help people. And my daughter Erin and I chaired a brain injured committee at Spalding for 4 years. They didn't have it there when I went through it, and we said, something, that's something that really needs to take place. And we've helped over maybe 500 people. And you don't worry about the brain-injured crowd because they're out of it. But the caretakers and the parents and siblings, they're devastated. So you have to teach them or tell them that slowly but surely you're going to get a little bit better. And I could always tell who was going to get better and who wasn't. You'd look into their eyes, and if they remained fixated, you know they were going to have a problem. But if they had some life in them, they were going to be moved along. And I met some tremendous people. I went back to Spalding, and there was photographers and newspaper people outside, nothing to do with me or anybody. I walked over to my wife and said, go get the car, and I'm going to go out and introduce myself. So I went out, and I had a no-quit shirt on, and a guy from the Herald or whoever it was said, I saw your movie. And my eyes quickly went on to the gentleman in the wheelchair. And I looked at him, and I said, you and I have something in common. And he said to me, what do we have in common? And he rolled his eyes up and down, up and down. That was John Norden from the bombings in Boston. And I said, one moment we were normal, the next we weren't. He knew what I meant. So there are a lot of things that you can do, even in my state. I do live in a special world. I can't really explain it. It's like I can't get out of it. I want to be normal, but I know that'll never take place. But normal to me, they teach in brain injury that a new normal is you got to find a different way to get to the same result. So I've always felt that I could do that with the help of my family. And, you know, I came back because TJ said he'd kill me if I didn't come back, so I figured I'd wake up. But we all have to do what we can in this life. And if we can promote the goodness that maybe it's like me, like an accident, and you come back, but you let people know that, you know, they're not alone, and that you have a way in life. It may not be the way you wanted before. You may be missing an arm and a leg, and I know from telling my wife that I've had so many things happen that I can't have anything more happen.
You're watching yourself on screen. You've described your like after the fall, that it felt like you're watching from the outside. Here you're literally watching yourself from the outside. You're in the audience watching yourself on a big screen. Does everything you went through here feel like it was still you, or does the moment you're opening your eyes feel like someone else? Does it feel like so long ago that you're in such a much better place there that you actually don't remember being that challenged to even do something as simple as opening your eyes?
Well, when I first saw parts of the movie, and when I first woke up, I'm looking and I'm saying, must be some other guy. Couldn't be me. But then as I viewed No Quit, and then when Timmy started to develop this, and I saw it a few times, I obviously recognized my family. I did from the start, and I'm saying to myself, that's me. So why not take the opportunity that's been given me by the good Lord to try to move forward and just enjoy every day. I have never had a bad day. I never feel bad for myself, not 1 second.
I feel bad for myself all the time. Like
I don't
now,
know,
I feel bad for myself. I've done nothing with my life. Look at what you've
Oh
accomplished.
no, trust me. I've danced on every part of the street, trust me. But anyway, that be it as it may, and I'm not ashamed or anything. This is life. It's like a steak. Once it's well done, you can't go back to medium rare, right?
Hold on.
Yeah.
Can we just discuss that nobody should ever eat a well-done steak? That's offensive?
I wouldn't eat it either. That's why I'm saying you can't go back to how you want it.
At what time did you accept that the new you was you?
I don't know if I've ever accepted that. And the reason is because there's so much more as I view the film and my family and all these memories that I really have to understand that I was a part of it. I'm not an actor. I'm not somebody that came out of the clouds. That was me. So, to answer your question, I accept the way I am, but I know I have so much more in my life to understand. And, you know, you got to send a message one way or the other, and I just assume mine be positive, and I've never felt bad for myself. I sometimes sat down and I look in the mirror and I say, why can't you feel bad? Never have. It's fine with me. I just roll with the punches.
I feel too like it's interesting, Dad. Like I feel like you knew the whole time. This film is really kind of us trying to be okay with that. You know,
Yeah.
it's this weird inverse thing where you think the person who fell, who hit his head, who had a traumatic brain injury, would be the person that would be on this journey to accept, and it's the inverse. And all of us,
You're right.
Gail, myself, TJ, Aaron, Ange, we all had different journeys to accept this. at
That's
different
right,
times.
because the way I look at it and look at you, I don't have anything to worry about. But I look at you and I know that it's hurt each and every one of you, especially my wife, you know. But I do love her, and I love the whole family. But, you know, sometimes you get off balance a little bit.
Sometimes you fall.
And sometimes you fall, but, you know, with the way I
Just
am,
make
I'm
sure
gonna
you don't
fall.
hit your head. Yeah.
If I hit it, they said I'll never get back. So you know what? I don't worry about those things. I'm having fun. I met you and
Yeah,
the
no,
team
I
up
am
here.
not the reason you should be living. You have many more beautiful things out there.
No, but these nice people and
Yeah, they're them. Absolutely.
my film, No Quit in this one, is my story and family story. But after you see it, it's yours. Because sometime in your life, you're going to go through something. And never quit. No matter what it is, just move forward. You can look at your footsteps that you've made, but they're just a reminder you're on your journey. And I wish everybody a good life.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.